between the Hamas position and the Israeli position, and I'm not sure it's bridgeable.
Frank, thank you very much indeed. Well, let's talk more about those diplomatic efforts. And Qatar has reaffirmed its ongoing diplomatic efforts to renew the humanitarian pause between Israel and Hamas. Israel's spy chief is reported to have spoken to the Prime Minister of Qatar, which mediated the truce that saw hostages exchanged for Palestinian detainees last month. Well, joining me now is Mahmoud Sferi. He is the director of the Gulf Studies Centre and professor of contemporary Middle East politics at Qatar University in Doha. Welcome to the programme. What do you think is possible at this point in terms of a ceasefire or indeed a longer sustained solution to this problem?
I think the first point is the fact that the two parties are talking about ceasefire. After the previous or 7 days ceasefire, the talk has stopped completely. What happened in the last 78 hours, the debate has come back, and a meeting took place in a European capital between the Prime Minister of Qatar and the Director of Mossad. And there is a discussion happening now in Israel about the outcome of that meeting and what should come after that. So coming back to the debate about ceasefire, that itself is an achievement.
But what elements do you think are in place in order to achieve any successful negotiation? Are there any elements in place?
I do believe that it's a very difficult and complicated negotiation. The two parties, as your colleague has mentioned, have their very strong position of what's happening on the ground. Hamas has put as condition complete ceasefire, drawing the withdrawal of the Israeli forces to the border of 6th of October, and the Israelis want the release of captives immediately. I think that is a very difficult position. However, considering the fact that Israelis are not enjoying the same international support, considering the fact that Hamas also has finished its own goals, which basically the achievement, according to them, a definition of victory has been done, and basically now they have no interest to see Palestinians suffering more. If you consider the fact that there is a serious division within Israeli politics and that weakened the position of Netanyahu, if you put all of those elements together, I think those forces the two parties to step a little bit back and think of how they can handle the debate and negotiation about ceasefire.
OK, so that brings them to the table, but it doesn't really, and even may deliver a ceasefire in the short term. But the really tough question is the longer term one, isn't it?
Of course. I mean, this is a conflict of, when it comes to Gaza, 56 years. When it comes to the Palestinian issue, more 70 years. So it's a long time conflict. So it will not happen forever. I think that the issue now is how to end the disaster in Gaza and stop the killing of civilians. That is the main, I think, that is the debate in all capitals. Even of those countries who are supporting Israel, they have the same narrative. I think now the priority is to stop this operation and bringing back to the table and trying to get some humanitarian aid to people in Gaza, 2.2 million people, trying to bring back some element of life. I think the other issues can come gradually, but I think now all parties, they want to have this moment with stop bombarding, stop basically destruction of what's remaining of Gaza.
So negotiations are a process rather than an event. Thank you very much, Mahmoud Sferi, for joining us from Qatar. And